Good evening to everyone. I'm up the street in my usual perch. '90th Street. Can you see the little 90? No, you can't. I'm sure you can't see the 90 over there, but I wouldn't lie about that. Here's our local arch conservative with his motorcycle and the flag on the back. He likes to ride slowly up and down the street and stick it to all of us, which is fine. That's fine. Had to turn down that call. I do believe that was my grandson. If he calls again, I'll have to answer it. Can you imagine turning down your grandson? Sandy, Christopher, here it comes. DiCasella, admit it. Here they go. Listen how it just builds. Can you hear it? Woo, woo. Like an owl. I'm an owl. Woo, 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 woo. Woo! 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 So I'm going to put you down for a second and just clap. Hey, that's a good idea. I'll do that more often. Why, it only took me 6 weeks to think of that. What next? From the creative mind of me. Clap and whistle at the same time. Wowie. Pretty good, huh? Now if I could only do that and chew gum. Thanks to be out here soon. A really good trumpet players around the corner. Let's go see who it is. You hit that high note? It wasn't that high, but a good C though. At least. No, B flat. Call it B. 89th Street's alive, boy. 89th Street's alive. This street's happening here. 89th Street is where it's at. I didn't realize that such a ruckus was happening on 89th Street. We'll come down here tomorrow. I gotta come down here tomorrow and see what's going on. Want to see how New York is. Isn't that pretty? Whee! All the tulips are huddled up closely. Nobody's coming out too much. Waiting for warm weather. Interesting how they do that. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if it could all this could bring people together, closer together? That'd be very nice, very nice. Oh, there's the trumpet player there. Oh, well, here I am. That was beautiful. Hey!
We came for you, Jay.
I know, good. Well, you got to come every night now. Every night.
It's a long way from Tarrytown, man.
Oh, I know. How are you? No, you didn't come down here just for that, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, how about the Mark Morganelli, folks?
Yeah, brother.
Even I almost didn't recognize you underneath that thing. Anyway, great to see you. That's beautiful.
Nice to see you. Love you, brother.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
all right, let me get a picture of the two of you.
I'm
Social
telling
distancing.
Properly distanced.
Hold
on. Wait a second, I gotta see.
You guys know Mark.
All right, properly distanced.
All right.
Oh, I heard. What was that? The highest note, was that a B flat or a C you
I
played?
did eventually get to a high C at one point, but
Right,
I think that was earlier.
Because I was saying
So were you across the street? That's why I didn't see you?
up there.
Okay.
Tonight, the first night I went up the
Okay.
street.
So you're at 585. We were at 855.
Oh.
That's,
Mark goes over to the building.
yeah, I went to the building. I asked your.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
super.
sorry, guys.
Jay's out here. I said, where?
Well, I was up the street. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? All right. Well, anyway, great to see you guys.
Enjoy.
Beautiful.
You and Lenny.
Me-
New York to LA.
Right. Well, wow. Isn't that nice? They claim to have come down to see me, and I believe them. I believe it. Because he's been tuning in every night. And that was the trumpet player. The trumpet player we heard was Mark Morganelli. All right, I expect more of you. Bring your instruments. Nah, don't. You don't. But I do expect it. That glass of water, that bottle of water's been sitting there for 4 days now. Come on now. Okay, I got to be careful because if I turn the phone too much, it seems to turn off on the way upstairs. All right, Armando.
You see your friend, right?
Yes, I did. I was quite amazed.
It's like, he's going.
Yes. They came down just for that. Isn't that something?
Wow. He's
Thank you.
strong.
Oh, he's a good trumpet player.
I'm living here.
Oh, he's a he's a very, very good trumpet player.
Wow.
You know, a deep professional.
I agree.
Okay, now can we make it into the house? The trumpet was for me. Not really for me, but he was trying to find me. They came down from Tarrytown just to do that. That's pretty cool. And I never say cool. I never say anything's pretty cool. I think that's the first time I've ever said that in my life. But that was pretty cool. Did I ever? I don't think I did. I'll be checking with you guys in a minute. Ding. Da-da-ding. I haven't had a haircut since God knows when. I'm doing my Bob Duro in honor of Bob Duro. I really seriously thinking of that. To just to grow up ponytail just like Bob had. I did love him. He was a lovable guy. A brilliant artist. Oh, did anybody get hurt? Just try to stand up. Tonight, last night my sister in California pointed out the fact that I was wearing blue. So tonight I thought, jeez, can't you guys stand up straight? Oh, please, this is your last chance. This is your last chance. Why is it so slippery there tonight? So tonight I'm wearing festive gray. Isn't it celebratory? Yeah, okay. Into the Le Studio. We have not lost our... we didn't lose contact for some good reason. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Let's invite the smile for my thumbnail. Hello. It usually doesn't take it. See, it doesn't. Go live, the hell with it. Go on live. You're live. There you go. Look how much brighter it is. Is that too bright for you YouTubers? I hope not. Let me put you in your case here. That's pretty good. Now, before we go too far, let me see who this. Just let me check. Serena, hi Serena. My niece Serena has joined us. Cliff Morris is watching. Judy Niemek, River Bergstrom, George Aprile, Don Cooper. How about I bring a glass of wine? Sandy, I haven't had a glass of wine in a long time. And I'm not going to say, hi, Matthias, how are you? Christopher Lentz, Dan Boone. Christopher Lentz, Sandy DeJesus. You YouTubers, if you'd like to sign in, please do. Because I know there's one of you out there now. See, you can. Hey, hi, Mark. Bill. Now, Bill, are you on YouTube or Facebook? Because I have to show you my wife's addition to the statue. She's helping us out. Anyway, I'll show you both. He's not dressed properly. He's got a nice little skirt on, so he's not scandalizing the rest of the neighborhood with his black pants. So that's pretty nice, huh? Okay. Good. Leave him right there. I'm not gonna. Christopher Lentz is there. Everybody. Oh, you know, there's all these statistics available on Facebook, and you can see how many people tuned in, how long they tuned in for, how long they stayed, how long they left, and I have to give you guys credit. You're sticking with it. You're not just bopping in and bopping out. I mean, a lot of you watch the whole show, and the average watch time is about half an hour. Yikes, half an hour. Got to get a life. Don Cooper, George Aprile. Now, hi, Serena, you're back. I'm going to give her a little wave. Boom. Judy Niemek. Hey, Bill. They're talking to each other. Excuse me. I'll just sit here and wait. Cliff Morris is watching. Hi, Tomoko. Miss Panda, I'm looking for. I like the very end. I don't know what that is. Oh, the very end of the first of chapter 1. I forgot what I was going to say. I had something in mind. Here's the traveler's insurance. Oh, I don't have to pay my traveler's insurance for weeks. Fantastic. Tonight, I actually have a theme of sorts. Because I was reminded of a story my brother John told me. John played combat flute in Vietnam. And I think he played more than combat flute, but he doesn't like to talk about it. But he told me of the worst audience, the hardest audience he's ever had. And it's such a good story, just like Rachel. I'm going to save it for later. See, I'm learning. I'm getting smart. I'm on both. Hi, Jay, we're here. Good. I couldn't start without you. Donna's doing our taxes now for Bland, Ron Bland. So she's inside struggling. I'm here having fun, but isn't that the way it goes? She's such a good taxer. Great to see you, Jay. Great to see you, Mark. What a wonderful surprise that was. Did you all see the beginning? If you don't, look at the tape in the beginning when you get a chance, because Mark Morganelli came down. You know, he's views all the time. They came down from up there in not Poughkeepsie, up by the bridge, Tappan Zee, whatever that area is. Can't think of it. And they came down, and he was playing trumpet. I heard a trumpet out there. I said, "Where is he?" And he was looking for me. And of course, I was up the street for the very first time. But my brother told me about an audience reaction that was so unbelievable, and talk about a bad audience, that I thought I'd do some audience songs to prepare us for that. So I even put out files. I'm almost prepared for the show. I'm almost like planning in advance now, and this is scaring me. This is not the one I want. Oh, there's the one I want. Yes. And what is this? Yeah. Okay. But first, I have to do our theme. Tomoka, this will be our theme. And we'll learn to do it all kinds of ways. I'm going to use bass number 2 for a minute. Don't let him know I called him bass number 2, because he's really was longtime bass number 1. Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you as you settle into place, it's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I practice, but it will not mean a thing, 'cause it's impossible to play the bass and sing, sing, sing. You see, the bass is fretless. It's not like a guitar. On bass, you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. And when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes on bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than Lord's. Do, 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 do. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember this is serious. Remember this is art. Remember this or I will fall apart. Then I'd have to pray to God to come and intercede. And she'd only sit and laugh at my wanton greed. She made the rules for molecules, atoms, time, and space. And she knows it's impossible. Zoo-da, do-dat, so do-do-da-do-do-do-do-do-do. To sing and play the bass. No, please. No, please. Okay. We're going to have 9,000 different recorded versions of that, which just occurred to me now, and that's nice. I like that. Because that's our new opening song at every show, Tomoko. It's for now on. That's it. It has to be. I'm up here singing my song, searching for the truth, when suddenly I notice the couple from Duluth. They are sitting right up front looking up at me, and they don't understand a thing they hear or see. They are not accustomed to the kind of songs I sing. They are more accustomed to Perry, Frank, and Bing. They will not get up and leave. No, that wouldn't be polite. They're going to stay right there and stare at me all night. So I will do my best songs. I'll make them laugh. I'll make them cry. She's going through her pocketbook. He's playing with his tie. I will do my best songs, the stuff that never fails. Oh no, he's going to clip his nails. Do. It's on days like this I wish that I was selling shoes. Makes me understand why people take up drinking booze. I am up here singing, I am pouring out my soul. And he just wants to go someplace and bowl. Yes, he's got the shoes on. So I will look right through them. I will act like they're not there. I will just ignore her and that Kansas Dust Bowl stare. He can just go back to mending fences on the farm. Those evil looks won't do me any harm. It's on days like this I wish that I was pumping gas. So I'll try hard not to say nothing nasty, crude, or crass. I am up here singing, I am pouring out my soul. Oh no, I am up here singing. I am up like this. I wish that I was pumping gas. So I am up here singing. I'm spilling out my guts. They just think I'm nuts. And he's got the shoes on. So soon my set is over. So much for the truth. Time to bid a fond farewell to the couple from Duluth. He walks over to me as his wife heads for the door. He says, "We loved your stuff and we'll be back for more." Oh. He says we laughed and cried until our sides were sore. Oh, we loved your stuff, we can't get enough, and we're coming back tomorrow night. We're coming back. They're coming back. They're coming back tomorrow night for sure. Gotta put some rosin on this bow. I haven't put rosin on since we started. The night we started, and finally it's starting to go. If you press hard, you can get a sound, but it's really nice to put some good old glue on it. Okay, so see, that's an audience song too. Okay, and here's the next audience song. I almost look prepared tonight. I know. I'm going to start tuning out. It's not spontaneous enough. I get it. Files. Lyrics in files now. Didn't think this was a business. There's going to be trouble. I can feel it in the air. The owner's in the corner, giving me a nasty stare. There's going to be trouble. I can see it in his face. Just 'cause there's 3 people in the place. I give him my best excuses. I say, you've got to advertise. He says, if I was famous, they'd be here. Oh, the look in his eyes. There's gonna be trouble, and this is where it starts. Oh, he's talking to the waiters, and he's handing out the poison darts. Ooh, ooh, there's gonna be trouble. And he don't like my style. He don't like my lyrics, and he don't like my smile. He don't like my mama or the whole human race. Just because there's 3 folks in the place. Gonna be trouble. Boss, I'm really sorry that there's nobody here tonight. But you see, the moon is full and all my friends are outside soaking up the light. Pests and vermin roam the streets. Giant dogs run free. And that's the only reason nobody came to see me. Ooh, ooh, gonna be trouble. There's a room of empty tables, a room of empty chairs, a room of idle waiters, a room of nasty stares. Candles on the empty tables flicker in the breeze. Won't somebody find a way to end my miseries? Oh, the cook is smiling at me, teeth of flesh and gold, fondling a butcher's knife so shiny, white and cold. People passing by outside with faces dull and vague, looking like if they came in they'd surely catch the plague. The owner's looking out the window, looking oh so glum. He don't like my music, he don't care where I'm coming from. I just better pack my tent and slip right out of here, 'cause the signs are very clear. It's gonna be trouble. There's gonna be trouble. So much trouble. Gonna be trouble. I'm getting better at that song. I'm getting better at it. It's all your fault. So anyway. Bill, you're the one who asked me to dress him up. You're the one who complained that he's not wearing any pants. I did it for you. Look how nice he looks in the back. Look at that. I mean, that's really very, very fashionable. Look at that. Oh, strong. No? You don't like it? I can't take it off right now. My wife sewed it on. It's sewn on. Did she put a... Oh, I can't... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I dare not rip it off because she must have spent a little while trying to figure out how to sew. I'll just leave it like that. And that way, what was it when I was a boy? I was raised Catholic, so, and I was in Baltimore, so there's the Baltimore Catechism and stuff like that. The Legion of Decency, and I, the Legion of Decency. My, didn't that turn out to be a problem? The Legion of Decency, looking for one decent person. I got so thrown off there because Bill's comment about Tarrytown. Thank you, Judy. Tarrytown, not Poughkeepsie or whatever the hell. Tarrytown. That's where the bridge is. Have anybody seen that bridge? Have you guys seen that bridge? It's phenomenal. It's just the most beautiful thing in the world, that bridge. And there's two. Are there two of them? Are there two bridges like? Did they make both of them like that? I do believe so. Am I dreaming? You drive up the Palisade Parkway, and then you turn off at this little turn, whatever it is, 9W, is that? Yeah, it goes to 9W. And then as you go through this idyllic little town with all these little cliffside houses that must cost $6 trillion a piece. $6 trillion, 1,000-year mortgage on $6 trillion. I got to work that out. Maybe I can buy one of those. No, they probably go for 4 or 5 million probably. So 1,000-year mortgage on a 4 million, it comes to only 4 million times, it's 4,000 a year. And that divided by 12 is about $350. But the interest on it is again going to be prohibitive, and the taxes are going to be prohibitive. So I'll forget it. I'm not buying one. Okay, fine. I got distracted, as I always do. Excuse me. Pardon me. Because my brother told me a story about audiences tonight. Not last night, a couple weeks ago. And I started thinking about bad audiences I've had and things that have happened in audiences. And one of the most striking things was I was working with Peggy Lee, name dropper that I am. I don't have the picture here, otherwise I would certainly show it to you. But is this what I was looking for this morning? No, that's not it. This is not. I was looking for something this morning. I thought I just found it accidentally. Now in the trash for you. Working with Peggy Lee, I was looking for a picture. And a fight started in the second row. This was at the ballroom down on 28th Street, right, between 8th Avenue and 7th Avenue. And a fight broke out. Grady, Mike, myself, John Chiodini, the guitarist. I don't believe there was anybody else. We played there a long time. It was really a great gig. And a fight broke out in the second row. I mean, bloody goddamn murder fight. Peggy was singing. She did not move an inch. She didn't change the thing. She just kept singing right through this fight. Is that all there is? Is that all there is? It is my friend, my friend. They finally dragged the people out, and Peggy had never lost a beat, and as a result, we couldn't lose a beat. And the audience stood and applauded her, and she just said, "Thank you," and that was it. That was it. She never mentioned it. She never mentioned it. And what did we learn, folks? What did we learn from that? Is there anything not to be learned from that? But that really happened. And if you ask Mike, you can't ask Grady anymore, unfortunately. And Chiodini's on the West Coast, but he'd remember it. Okay, and then one time another fight occurred with Tony Bennett at the Empire Room, and he just kept on singing. He wasn't about to eat. He could see he was safe, and he kept on singing. And whole kinds of things have happened. One of the most stunning things that happened to me, I was playing at the upstairs at Rainbow Grill, just playing a gig. I don't know what it was. No, I was playing with somebody. That's right, I was playing with somebody. Something. And a guy, big heavy guy, comes up to say, congratulations, he's got a big smile on his face. He gets right in front of the bandstand and bam, drops dead. Drops dead. And the thump of him hitting the ground, if he didn't have a heart attack, which he did, hitting his head on the ground would have killed him. But, oh, what a thing. And the people at the tables, they just kept doing what they're doing, and the waiters come and pick him up and drag him out. Okay. So that's bad audiences. My brother's bad audience, which I will tell you now. This to me is a striking story. He, first of all, I hate to delay it, but I just want to make sure the volume's not too loud on YouTube, because it always is. It always gets too loud. And it is tonight, so we'll just bring it down a little bit so YouTubers, you'll find that your sound just went down. No, it has a Honda logo on the top. I don't know what you're talking about, G. So John played what he calls combat flute in Vietnam. Now, I know that he did more than play flute in Vietnam, because he doesn't talk about it much. Oh, the bridge. Okay, two conversations at once. Don't write any more, Judy, for now. I've got to finish this conversation. So John told me that he played for the worst audience. He doesn't care how bad. He was in an army band, and they were told that in order to rehabilitate the Viet Cong that they had captured, they would play music for them in the concert hall, in a little Quonset hut concert hall. And John said, this is ridiculous. John Philip Sousa marches for the Viet Cong. And he says they walk in and they play, and these 60 Viet Cong are sitting there, and he's playing, and he says he looks down at them, and all they want to do is kill you. They just want to kill you. You're playing for them, and all of them, the entire audience, wants you to be dead. He said, that is not easy to play with when the whole audience wants to kill you. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a bad audience. My story ends. I could have dragged it out further, but it's such a profoundly bad audience. Can you imagine that? I mean, we've all played places where I've played places where people didn't love what I was doing or didn't care, mostly benefits. You play a benefit, the people are all captive. They've got to go see the show. They don't care. They didn't pay to see you. They don't care. I've played them with Liza, with Tony Bennett, with Jack Jones, with everybody. And nobody pays attention to them. They for the first 10 minutes, for the first 1 minute, they listen attentively, and then they start talking and chatting, and the roar is getting higher and higher, and you're just trying to finish what you're trying to remember what it is you do. But at least they don't want to kill you. Okay. Look what I found today. Just sitting there. My songbook. Oh, I think I'm gonna take this off, so maybe it won't shine so much, or maybe it'll shine more. Here, play with this. Ooh, sick. It's in the trash. Boom. The Songs of Jay Leonhart, Volume 1. And the Volume 2 is trying to make its way out. And look at the cute little painting, drawing on the back. Isn't that adorable? Huh? Robert Frost. Oh, and all the nuclears in here. And I worked so hard to find that, and it turns out it's just written right out. Oh, well. Beat My Dog is in here. Yes, I'm telling you all the hits. Over there, see the bluebird. By me and Tommy Flanagan. Tommy Flanagan wrote it first. I wrote the words to it years later. Let the Flower Grow. Do you know that song? Oh. Now, unfortunately, this songbook is not available anywhere except through me. So if you really want it, if you really need this songbook, you'll have to just email me and say, please send me one. That's a good commercial. I like that. I like doing commercials. This show is sponsored by me. That's a sponsor. I'm looking for a sponsor, and I'm the sponsor. So between that and our current album, Joy, which I know what I'll do. I will write out all the songs to this for a songbook and use that cover. By Jove. So when you buy this, you get a songbook, and that's only, what, $500, something like that? I think that's reasonable. Okay, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that, because this really is a very good album. Even though, frankly, I've come to liking them all. And I didn't like them all at first. There's only one I'm not sure of. I haven't listened to it in a long time, and I don't know if I want to listen to it. It was a live album done down in what was then, what was the name of that club on 2nd Avenue? Geez, I can't remember. We closed it, though. I remember closing that club. I mean, we were the last act that played there. I've closed a couple clubs. Can't think of it. Does anybody remember the 2nd Avenue around 16th Street downstairs? Fire Trap, if there ever was one. Judy will know. Judy will know. So somebody's got to beat. Drawing looks like Larry David playing bass. Let me see. My wife said I'm starting to look like Larry David. I heard that's twice today. I've heard I look like Larry David. I saw Larry David coming down the street near when Feinstein's was at the Regency. I said, "Hi, Larry, Jay Leonhart." He goes, He walks by. There wasn't any mood for that, I guess. So I said, screw him, and I never watch his show anymore. Did you get an award for closing it? Did I get an award for closing? Wait, what was the name of that club down there? It just flashed through my mind. The one was downstairs. Les Paul used to play there all the time on 2nd Avenue and 16th Street. Yes, Linda, exactly. That was where Les played too. Bless you, but I was too young to know. Oh, that's right, Judy. You wouldn't have the size that you remember that kind of thing. Hi, Al. How are you? I've got 3 serious communicators on YouTube. Thus, we'll get YouTube going. I think it's a little harder to get YouTube because people have a lot of trouble getting it. I don't know. Fat Tuesdays, thank you very much. That's it. Fat Tuesdays. I know I closed that joint, and we did a live album down there. Spent a lot of somebody's money, and it was produced by somebody else and organized by somebody else. And but you know who played on it? The Brecker Brothers played on one track and got like $5,000 just to play on one track. I made like $1,000 for the whole record. God bless them. I love them both. I truly, truly did. Michael Brecker sent me a tape of his favorite saxophone solos of Cannonball Adderley's. Can you imagine that? And I still have it. I still have that tape. Or unless I gave it to my son, I might have given it to my son. And boy, the playing on it was sensational. He copied it out and gave it to me. That's the kind of guy he was. And for those of you who have been with me a few weeks back, I did find the Oscar Peterson CD of the Stratford Shakespearean Festival, which I will put right back up in that case as soon as the show's over. Okay. Let's play some music. I haven't the slightest idea what it's going to be, but I'll know it before I get there. Excuse me, you're going to have to get out of here. You're blocking the view of my 7 YouTube viewers. It's 5 p.m. I'm sitting in an airplane at LaGuardia. The captain says there will be a delay. Oh no, this isn't good. You see, I've got to be in Washington, D.C. tonight to play for Mel Torme. Out the window of the airplane, lightning's crashing, winds are thrashing, skies are dark and rain is whipping by. Still somehow 3 hours from now I've got to be in Washington, D.C. This plane has got to fly. I did not tell a soul last night about my little New York flight. I knew that I could make it back in time. But now it looks like Mel Torme may play tonight without the bass. And let me tell you, that would be a crime. That would be a crime. I really hate to say it, but I think my luck has finally run out. My warranty has just expired. Because if I am not in Blues Alley tonight at 8 o'clock and playing bass for Mel Torme, I will be fired. You see, I really like this job. We always have a lot of fun and everybody gets along real well. We play a lot of real nice music. I get lots of solos. But now I'm going to do something to it to hell. I've forgotten those words every time I get to it now. But now I'm going to da-da-da. You see, I really like this job. We always have a lot of fun. Everybody gets along real well. We play a lot of real music. And oh, I get lots of solos. And now I'm going to blow it all to hell. Sorry. It's going to be curtains with Torme. I'm very sad to have to say I will be history. I will be gone. So as the plane just sits right here, I'll figure out a new career. But adios, Mel. I'll be moving on. Then around 6:35, the engines roar. They come alive, and seconds later, we are in the air. I begin to think that there is hope that I may somehow make this gig tonight. Oh, do I even dare? But God, the weather's terrible. We're flying right through thunderstorms, yet the captain just keeps pressing on. Now the airplane's diving, dumping, driving, jumping, bouncing, bumping. I think I can see the White House lawn. It defies all understanding how we could be really landing, but at 7:30 we touch down. Congratulations, Captain. No, I never had the slightest doubt. Now, pardon me, I've got to get downtown. I get a taxi right away with absolutely no delay. I tell the taxi driver of my plight. Before we even settle down, he mashes that old pedal down. We fly to town as we make every light. Eight o'clock, we reach Blues Alley. I walk in quite casually, as if I were under such duress. I saunter through the restaurant, trying to be nonchalant, but inside I am a total mess. I see the show has not begun. They're waiting for me. Oh, isn't this fun? I don't think I'll survive. So fully prepared to meet my doom, I walk into the dressing room and find out I'm the first one to arrive. Everyone, including Mel, is rushing around upset as hell, while me, I am as calm as I could be. Here I almost blew this gig, I almost screwed up really big, but now I'm Mr. Punctuality. That's me. I was absolutely certain I would never make this curtain. This gig would be the death of me. I could feel the noose around my neck. I was a total nervous wreck, but now I'm Mr. Punctuality. It's 5 p.m. I'm sitting in an airplane, and LaGuardia, the captain, says there will be a delay. Oh no, this isn't good, you see. I've got to be in Washington, D.C. tonight to play for Mel Torme. I am on time and everything's okay, and I'm gonna play for Mel Torme. I have a picture of him here, which I would hold up. Now, he never heard that song. Because I don't think, I think he died in the 90s, and I didn't write that until around 2000 or so. Here's a song I want to do, because I like to do it. Leonard Bernstein claims to have heard me and Lenny, and I have a lovely little poster from him thanking me. Is it up? Why is it not up? That poster should be hung up. But I don't think he really heard it. I don't think he was healthy enough at the end of his life to have really suffered through somebody else's music. If you know what I mean, you know, I don't think he would have had much patience. He might have enjoyed it. Who knows? Dizzy liked his song. Fine. You asked for Dizzy, I'll do that instead. And he sings out, you're just demanding that I do it. So I wrote this song about Dizzy. Lots of jazz musicians in the place. Dizzy Gillespie wanders in, everybody knows it's him. Everybody knows his face. Dizzy walks right over to our table. There's lots of folks that he is glad to see. Dizzy says hello to everybody in the restaurant, except for me. He doesn't recognize me. He never does. He never has. He thinks that maybe I'm somebody's agent or a dentist who is really into jazz. But I've worked with Diz on numerous occasions. I've played together 5 times with him at Carnegie Hall. But here in front of all these people, I want to impress. I'm the one that Dizzy can't recall. I know he knows a lot of people. His social life is most complex. Every year he sees a million faces, and the entire world is on his Rolodex. We all take so much pride in knowing Dizzy. Having him know you must feel so fine. Well, I know that name, John Burks Gillespie. If John Burks only could remember mine. Myself have met a lot of people whose names I sometimes can't recall. Zababoo, and I can sense their disappointment. Wah, 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 when I don't remember them at all. They say come on, Jay, we met in San Francisco. Sister, how could you possibly forget? I smile at them meekly. They get angry and upset. But I've worked with Diz on numerous occasions. We played together on a TV show. But here in front of all these people, I want to impress. Dizzy doesn't say hello. Oh, oh, oh. I'm the only one who doesn't seem to know. Oh, oh. Dizzy doesn't say hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, if I forget a lyric, it's usually because my mind is going elsewhere during the song. In that case, I was thinking about Dizzy. I was thinking about all the concerts I used to play at JVC Festival. And one of the top, I mean, right during the song, because I was thinking we did play at Carnegie Hall many times. One of my favorite concerts, I have the music to someplace, one of the most wonderful little playbills I have is I'm playing bass with Dizzy, and this one I'll find it. I'll show it to you, because that's major league brag, and I'm not beyond bragging, as you can see. And at the JVC Festival every year, Sweets Edison would bring me out and we'd play a blues together, just bass and trumpet. And he told me that he did it because I kept such good time and I played in tune. I went, oh, that's all I needed to hear. You know, when you hear things like that, you say, that's it. You know, he said, well, you play in time and you play in tune. Boom. Okay. That's all I need to know. And every year we go out and play a blues, and I was so thrilled to do that. Because his playing, it was just swung so hard. It was, I mean, the way he swung was just crazy. Harry Sweets Edison. And those little things would go, he would just, and somehow it swung so much, it was just impossible. Anyway, and I got to thinking about that while I was singing Dizzy. And you can't really do that. You may have learned from me before. Students, you may have learned. Now, I hope you're all paying attention. But it's best to keep your mind on what you're doing. I know. But it's best to at least reserve most of your mind for the task at hand. Because multitasking, that's what it is, sucks. It doesn't work. You're going to do everything half as well. It's true. I mean, unless you're just on automat, and then who cares? But if you've got something you're trying to do, like sing a song about Dizzy Gillespie, and you would like to give it a little reverence because you love Dizzy and thought the world of Dizzy. And I got to play with him. A bit, and he came in to hear that song, this song I just performed. And I've told this story 1,000 times, so this is 1,001. And he came up on the stand and shook the trumpet player, the drummer's hand and the piano player's hand, and sat right back down, and never shook my hand after that song. And but he knew what he was doing, and as a result, he and I became very good friends. He was joking, and every time I'd walk in where he was playing, he'd stop and introduce me, and I just said, "Ooh, that was worth it. That song was really worth it." But, you know, if you don't concentrate on what you're doing, well, you know, it's going to, you're going to forget the lyrics. And that one little lyric in the song before, I keep tripping in the same place, and I don't know why, but I know it's because I'm getting distracted. But half the time, you start to say, I'm wrong. Oh, no, that's not it. And it's it. You just have to let it go out. You know, and it's like when I was a youngster and I was trying to learn how to ride a horse. I never was a very successful rider because I got thrown off violently one time. And it hasn't affected me at all. It didn't mean anything to me. Nothing. But after that, I never wanted to ride a horse. But when I was riding around the ring with a horse, if I should stop by the tree as we went around the ring, and I stopped him again by the tree, the next time the horse would just stop by the tree. He wouldn't, you don't have to tell him. He'd just, well, we're stopping here, aren't we? I mean, and with me, once I get to that certain point and I make a mistake twice, then I'm going to make the mistake until I absolutely relearn that lyric and get it into my brain and take out the mistake. Anyway, so if you see me running around a ring and stopping by a tree, you'll know I'm just trying to get a practicing. James Campagnola is here. Let me see. Christopher Lentz, Shelley Burns, be present. Thank you, Christopher. Linda Wells is watching. She's watching me. Joni Taylor, ha, that was dope. That was dope. I'm not a dope. Wait, who are you? Okay. Beth Ertz is watching. Ladies and gentlemen, Beth, you tell me when your show's not going to go on, the show that you're not going to be doing, that I'm not supposed to talk about it. Hi, Jay. Request Monk's Panonica. Monk's Panonica. Well, I'll tell you, here's my problem. Every time I play somebody else's song, YouTube sends me a message, or I get a message from the publisher because they've got computers that pick this up. And then they say, don't you do that anymore, or you owe us $20, or you can't do that without permission. And then YouTube wants to take you off the air because you're stealing people's music. So I'm doing the music that I have full rights to, or I'm playing instrumental versions of it because even the computer can't figure out the bass versions of instrumental music. That's a little joke. Actually, I had a whole thing, which I will work up for tomorrow, about this guy who wrote a letter. John Pizzarelli. What John Pizzarelli saying? Listening. Tell me I didn't listen. John Pizzarelli just sent me a what do you call it? Text. He's listening to The Duke, which was the best record that the New York Swing made. It was. I've bragged about it already. I produced it. I edited it, and it was very good. I mean, I hate to take all the credit. I didn't. They played it. But I took out mistakes, the little things that people wouldn't have done. Okay. I don't think I finished my story. But I'm finished as far as I'm concerned because I don't remember what I was talking about. Okay, story finished. Oh, I was looking through just to see if I missed anybody because Carol Sudhalter was very disappointed that I didn't notice that she had... Linda, give your email address, jlenhart@mac.com, jlenhart@mac.com, or chancellormusic@iCloud, jlenhart@mac.com, chancellormusic@iCloud. How's that? I'll be sorry. Stephen Dwyer is watching. Linda Wall, Barry Colstein, Jay Messina, Bill Crow. Bill Crow says he watched them make the Palisades Parkway, the Verrazano Bridge, the lower half of the George Washington Bridge. Well, I wasn't in New York then. Otherwise, I might have seen it myself. That's pretty good, Bill. That's pretty good. I can't use my wife's phone tonight because she's using it for income tax reasons. And I tell you, I'm not going to take it for that. Brainmeyer, Don Kellogg is watching. Joni Taylor, you are so talented and funny. Love your stories. Oh, Joni. Oh. You're going to watch free from now on. Oh, everybody watches free. Frank Basili. Nancy Reed, hey, Jay, such a pleasure. Thank you. Did they turn the lights on in the Deerhead yet, or are you guys just sitting there in the dark? Gerard D'Anfossy, yes, my cousin in France. Gerard D'Anfossy. Joni Taylor has a front row seat. Dun diddly, isn't that neat? Oh, I wrote a scathing poem this morning about the way the government is handling coronavirus. I don't want to be political, but I can't help it. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Joni. Kay. John DeMarco. Such fun. I'll tell you, it's fun. Nancy Reed. Yes. Let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss Carol Sudhalter because she really she got mad when I'm not, she didn't get mad, but I think she was a little disappointed that I didn't recognize her right away. But see, your names come up on an iPhone, and far away, I can't read it from here. And when I'm standing back there, I can't see it. I've got to get real close, and I've got to squint and look like an old man, which I am. Hi, Tomoko. How are you? Jean Gerard is watching. Tomoko. Oh, Jay Socks. Je suis très fier de ma chaussette pour les bonnes raisons. That's the phrase that my French niece and nephew taught me. And those of you who don't speak French, which I'm sure is vast minority, that means I am very proud of my socks, and for a good reason. And believe me, that's a useful phrase. New theme of the band. That's right. That's the new theme. Okay, Bernie Feinberg. Hi, Bernie. Stephen Goldberg. Tarrytown. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody who missed. But you guys are to be commended for the length of your watching, because you guys really stick in there. Amir Baber. Amir Baber. Babylon. Babylon sister. I hear those songs a lot. Both my kids, mind you, you've heard this before, are with Steely Dan. They've been with them for 20 years. And I get to go to a lot of concerts. And that was my favorite group. It was like a combination of Count Basie and a great rock band. And I love them. Well, I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to say goodnight. And I'm going to decide between here and there what it's going to be. What is this? No, the song was requested of Flight 861, but I just don't feel that song lives up. I don't like the lyrics of it enough. I can't do it anymore. So, I'll do Tomoko's song. And I did it all tonight on bass on the little bass, because I realized I'm not playing it enough to know how to play it in tune. I promise I'll put some rosin on the bow. That's a diatonic scale done on, I think, what's this minor? Harmonic? No, I think it's melodic. I think maybe the melodic minor. The first thing I did was the diatonic scale on the C major chord, a C major scale. And then on the A minor melodic, that's it. It's pretty. Alan Farnes says he now uses that, he now teaches it. It sounds so pretty on piano. I've played on piano, except why? I think I'm going to change my occupation. Think I'm going to find me something new. Change my occupation, find another situation. That's what I'm going to do. I'm getting sick and tired of hanging out in jazz joints. Those smoky little dives on Bleecker Street, where the crowd is tough and noisy, full of, rowdies from New Jersey, Drunken sailors AWOL from the fleet. I'm going to take my bass, sell 'em, take everybody, tell 'em, I've had it, I'm finished, I am through. The scene is too chaotic, I'm getting too neurotic. The redeeming social values are redeeming. Whoops, I screwed it up. Because I was distracted, I was thinking something else. Work it to the AM. I've forgotten how to do it. Ooh, whoops. No, I've got to practice it. The hell with it. I'll do it tomorrow night. I've got to work. I'm not going to finish it. That's enough. I've got to practice. And of course, I was thinking of something else. I can't remember what I was thinking of, but it had to do with playing the bass. Something. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. I had two things I was thinking about. First of all, I haven't played the bass and sung solo in so long, but I've got to get my pitch back on it, and it's really fun to do it because once you get it, you start playing in tune. And there was something else which I can't remember, but that was the big one. Is I've got to play, I've got to practice more. Oh, and when you play, when you play the bass and sing, you don't play with a group. You play simpler. Oh, it's so much easier. Oh, boom, boom. You don't play a lot of stuff, but with bass and voice, you've got to fill in a lot. So you're hearing differently, and half of your brain is hearing, while the other half is trying to remember what the lyrics are. But I'll get it because one thing I've got is plenty of time. Because I'm going to be here 7 o'clock every night until I do it right. And that may be years. So just be patient. You can even skip a night. It's okay if you skip a night. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I mean, I know who's been naughty and nice. I know who's here and not. But you don't have to have 100. You don't need a perfect star. So don't anybody get hung up in having to be here. Because I'll forgive everybody. Because I'm going to be here. And come back when you can. I mean, if you've got something to do, you've got to, what would you have to do these days? You have to make a new mask, okay? Or you've got to steal some food from a neighbor. There you go. Mug a delivery boy. There you go, now you're talking. Steal his bananas. There's lots to do. What a brain. Nuclear, no nuclear tonight. nuclear. Judy's crying up there, and Jesus, it isn't that place she mentioned. I've forgotten already. Tarrytown. It's like 100 miles north of Tarrytown. Now, where is it? No, it's not that far. Listen, Judy, I'm getting myself distracted. It's time for me to say goodnight to all 6 of you YouTubers who are entirely worth it. Bill, Al, Judy, only 3 of you checked in. That's a kiss, silly. Mwah. Oh, that's a kiss. Oh, I thought it was a cry because you didn't get nuclear. I'll give you a nuclear. Give it to you tomorrow. Good night, you all. See you later. Gary Brox. Now I'm going to take this out and just, you're free to leave if you wish. I'm just going to get on the bottom of my list and say hello to everybody. Frank Skillian. Good night, Tomoko. Good night, Christopher. Hey, Rick. I need to discuss that lyric with you for a minute. Scat it instead. Yeah, I should have scat it instead. I don't know what happened to it. Michael Clemente is walking. Clifford Bass is watching. Harmonic minor. That was the harmonic minor. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Tomoko says it's harmonic. Do da do da do da dee 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 do 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 do. That's harmonic minor. So melodic minor must be da 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 dee da da dee. Is that right? Do 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 do. Oh, no, it's da 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 dee da do 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 do. That's one. It goes up. The natural minor goes up. The melodic goes up natural and comes back melodic. Do da do da do da do dee dee do dee da dee da dee. I think that's right. Maybe it is. Christopher, thanks, Smith. Thanks, Christopher. Ing, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Linda Wells, do the poem. I'm sorry, Linda. John Pizzarelli, yeah. Yeah, he just called just to say he was listening to an album. He actually wasn't watching this. I mean, I don't know where his taste is, but it's pretty good because he was listening to an album I was on. His mom and dad died in the last 2 weeks. Can you imagine that? I believe Ruth, I mean, unless I'm wrong, I heard that Ruth died. There was nothing about it in the papers or anything. But Bucky died about 3 weeks ago, so he's lost both his parents. Boom, just like that. I got to get back to him tonight. Stephen Goldberg. I'll get back to him in a minute. James Campagnola, how about that? Cynthia Stanley Crane, can't watch Something Wrong with Ted. Oh, man. Tony Dressler, Stephen Goldberg, Gene Taylor. That was dope. Thank you. Beth Ertz is watching. Yes, she is. Monk's Panonica. I can't play it, Steve. I can't do it. I don't play anybody else's music. Bad Tuesdays. Stephen Dwyer. Linda Wells. Where do I buy your songbook? Linda, you buy it at jleonhart@mac.com. $20. Barry Colstein. Jay Messina. Hey, Jay. How are you? If anybody's listening, Bill Crow says, I watched the watched them build the bridge across the Hudson, what they call the Mario Cuomo Bridge. But Bill says, I don't call it the Cuomo, and the new Tappan Zee. I watched them make the Palisade Parkway, the Verrazano Bridge, the lower level of the George Washington, and the new Tappan Zee. Wonderful what mankind can accomplish when they get going. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Now it's time for us to get going because we got a lot to do. Owen Meyer, professional Y. Don Kellogg, hi Kyling, sorry, Don Kellogg. Frank Basile. Dick Clark, I saw the first bridge get built. Giving away my age. You saw the first bridge get built. Wow. So Dick is close to 90. Good for him. Ed Beatty is watching. Did you hear that, Bill? Dick Clark saw the first bridge get built. Nancy Winston is watching. She hasn't seen any bridges get built. She's too young. Kai Sanchez, sorry, I do it every time. Such fun. Nancy Reed, Nigerian. Christopher Lenz. Are your basses E-flats? No, one of them's, Gerald, one of them's an E-flat, one of them is a D. Wait a minute, let me see. One's a real D, and the other's almost an, I've forgotten which it means. E-flat is right at the neck, right at the crook of the neck. No, I don't know. Sorry, don't know. They're different, though. One is longer. Linda Wells, thank you for your hysterical songs. Thank you. Owen Meyer. Hi, Owen. Lee Charles Kelly. Marty Eigen. Gerald Grable. Hello. Eduardo Bello. Eduardo Buelo. Linda Wells. Hi, John Joran. Tomoko Onum sucks. You think about it? Absolutely. Hi, Bernie. Phyllis. Christopher Lentz. Tomoko decline. Robert Goldberg. I like the chipmunk face you look when you look into the screen. Well, yeah, I can't. I have to see. I got to get my glasses down here. See, this is the part that can read the screen. What are you going to do? That's it. I want a bass note, sir. Linda Wells. Hi, Ben. Benjamin Hankel. Hi, Ben. Says Tomoko. Tomoko's watching. Cliff Mars is watching. Cliff. Hi, Cliff. Sounds like a song down. They came down from Terrytown. Yes. Judy Niemak. Judy Niemak is watching. Serena Kappas. George April. Don Cooper. Bring the glass. He says, I enjoy the trumpet player. that'd be fun, wouldn't it? That's probably not a bad idea. Thanks for driving down from Terrytown. Dan Boone is watching. Christopher Lentz.
Helen. She said he was an asshole to her, and he.
Who was?
Gabon, and she wanted to know if he was texting me. I said no, he's not. No, if he was, he wants to live with us. It's fine. He said he can go live with his dad. No, cannot live with his dad. He's not texting
Right.
us. Was he texting you?
Nope. He might have called me, but I couldn't answer it.
Oh, Jesus. God! Don't you understand how hard this is for him?
Yep.
Okay, I can't do this on this.
Okay.
Where's my glasses? Oh, God almighty. She said, but he cannot live with us. Yes, he can. He can.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned. Oh, my God. Jeez.